Hello, I'm Dr. Jester, and welcome to the jungle. As usual, right? So, here we go from Pcgamer. This one is a doozy as well. Nexus Mods decides to allow an Oblivion Remastered mod that changes body type options to male and female. Declares it's not a battleground for broader cultural and political debates. Well, this is a rare win against one of the wokest websites out there, especially those who tends to host mods. But then again, this is also Pcgamer. I've read 3 articles talking about everything else but PC gaming. They talked about, in the last couple of days, actually. They talked about Switch, they talked about tariffs, about Trump, but I'm more interested in PC gaming, not in those things, but here we are. It's Pcgamer throwing a temper tantrum, and, to make the best of all, it's one of my favorite, well, games journalists. And I say that between quotes because, well, games journalists are even lower than journalists themselves, and they really are not that good, especially this one. Yeah, this one is, every time I see his name, I can already feel in the smell of stale cat piss, desperation, soy, and, well, being a very beta male. Anyway, the mode was deleted multiple times before Nexus Mods threw in the towel. Once, one of the very, very small changes in Oblivion Remastered, small changes, you took out the female armor, you redesigned some female statues to cover them up, and you changed biological definition. So I wouldn't say very, very small. But then again, this is Pcgamer, and this is the games journalist who tends to, well, yeah, I'm not going to go there. Changes in Oblivion continuing. Very small changes in Oblivion Remastered in a switch in the character creator from male and female bodies as it was in the original to body type 1 and body type 2. It's the sort of thing that would likely go entirely unnoticed were it not for the distressingly predictable explosion of outrage from the usual corners of toxic gamerdom. And in short order, the creation of a mod that brought back the original male and female body options. First and foremost, this mod is a fix to a massive bug that this thing is. But first, I'm gonna go right ahead and say, if this thing is so insignificant and such a nothing burger as this guy here said, that it would go entirely unnoticed, then what's the point of changing it in the first place? Why not leave it as male and female? It's not that hard. In fact, that was in the original. Why change it here? That's a very good question, but we are not gonna get an answer from the woke people because they are incapable of answering it. Because in fact, the truth is, it's very big deal for them. It's a very bad, big, massive deal for them. Yeah, they like to lie and gaslight. But, details. Right? The reason, according to community notice on the mod page, is that the mod itself doesn't violate any policies and that the previous uploads were taken down, not because of their content, but because of the uploader's behavior. Yep, now we have another reason that these woke people are using to ban everybody else. Yeah. Behavior, or intended behavior, uploader behavior. No, not really, not even, doesn't violate, it's not even, no, actually, it's the intention of the uploader behavior. He actually clarifies it down there. Sorry to go into detail, but it's the intention of the uploader. So the intention of the uploader, it's magically inserted by the mods on Nexus. But because, well, this is Nexus and woke people. Fuck, right? But then again, here is a trailer for something awesome.
Chosen knights, we are born of sin and crime. We are repentance personified. We are immortal. We are legend. We are God's wrath made manifest. And we know no fear.
Yeah, right. So, as I mentioned, it was the intention of the modder. Here it is. Right in the original message. As you can see here, as stated in the ban notice, it was removed due to the uploader's behavior. That's the gaslight from Nexus Mods and the game's journalist. Here is the real reason. In the comments, the uploader expressed an intent to incite drama and endorsed an external site explicitly designed to host inflammatory content. There you go. That's the real reason why he was banned. He expressed intention. Due to an intention of the uploader. And for showing that there was an alternative to the wokeness of Nexus. Apparently Nexus is a very good thing, because it actually likes to police content on the internet as well. Because you're not allowed to host or do or share or even mention other modding websites that tend to host mods that are, well, not approved by Nexus. Quite interesting, isn't it? How things change, but they also stay the same. This is basically the same thing that, well, communists do all the time. Here, what makes this change in direction all the more disappointing is the fact that Nexus Mod has taken strong progressive stances in the past. I won't call that progressive, I'll call it regressive, but then again, this is a games journalist. I don't think he knows the definition of certain words. Or what their meaning, actually. I mean, replacing the rainbow flag with an American flag, I think it's way more inclusive, because that means everybody in America can identify with it, not just a very small subsection of some people, like 1%. But no. Oh, but then again, they also replaced the rainbow flag with I think it was replaced with... I wonder what it would happen if they replaced the rainbow flag with the Black Lives Matter flag. Or with the transgender flag. That would be interesting to see. The intention of what they would do. Yeah. Alright. Here is continuing with the article before my neurons die. Nexus made no bones about why those mods were removed after taking down the pronoun removing Starfield mod, because apparently it also triggers... It's not very important, remember, but it's very, very important. It's the Sure Deacons mod. It's at the same time not important, but at the same time is very important. Starfield, for instance, Nexus mod said, "We stand for diversity and inclusion in our community, and the removal of diversity while appealing to many does not promote a positive modding community." Yeah. I think it's the reason because Starfield wasn't that well received and people didn't go too much in arms with it because Starfield is a massive disaster, but anyway, whatever the reason, the bottom line is that Nexus mod seemingly recognizes that this body type selector mod exists as a dog whistle for transfers. There you go. Now it's very important. Very important. But doesn't seem to care as long as the mod author doesn't explicitly say so. Interesting. That's not great, and based on the reaction to the cave-in in our social media, I suspect Nexus mods may be about to learn a lesson we all should have absorbed long ago. Appeasement doesn't work. Exactly, it does not work. This is why you should never appease to the woke people. They are absolutely insufferably miserable, and they ruin everything. Here is how the mod is going in Nexus. It's one of the most voted mods ever on Oblivion. On Nexus. Here, body type selector, 5,372 endorsements, 27,764 downloads, total downloads, 31,248. And this thing got voted and endorsed because it is an important change. But sadly, the mod still actually didn't fully change everything because you can still see body type. In the selector, you have to select male and female body type instead of writing gender or sex. But as I said, Pcgamer, not a good website. I usually go there just for the lols. Here is a good example of one. By choosing not to replace Oblivion Remastered soundtrack, Bethesda made the allegations against composer Jeremy Soule everyone else's problem. No, it didn't. It's not my problem. And I don't think it is a problem at all because it's an allegation, and so far from what we have seen, baseless allegations. So far. But then again, these people lack comprehensions of words. Here's one. Those are good memories, but I have a different association with Oblivion's music, the 2019 allegation of rape and misconduct, I can't say that word, YouTube, against composer Jeremy Soule, who wrote the music for Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, among many other games. Oh my god! Poor guy. He's suffering. Because they tried to cancel Jeremy Soule. Let's continue. But we know now. But we now know neither happened. The soundtrack is unchanged just as we remember it. Yeah. Another change on the game would be to change the soundtrack. Now that would be an even bigger mistake. But then again, Bethesda is not free of making a lot of mistakes lately, especially to appease people like them, the woke people. This is why, I'll quote the author of the previous article, never appease. Appeasement does not work. This is why you should never appease to the woke crowd. Anyway, Soule denied allegations in 2019, the year since he has almost completely vanished from the internet, scrubbing official sites, social media profiles, and he seemingly hasn't composed a new soundtrack since 2019. This is the power of cancellation and cancel culture. What you see here is the guy trying to get away from the toxicity that the woke crowd has brought, and the false allegations nonetheless. Allegations. Nothing provable or anything at all. And here they continue with the only book that they actually managed to read, and now it got ruined because of the politics of the author of the said book. Here is what he said. Judging by the enduring popularity of Harry Potter, the answer for many people is yes, depressingly often, in regards to separating the author from the art. You know they had to insert Harry Potter here, don't you? Because it's absolutely a requirement for the woke people. Because it's the only book that I've ever managed to read. Well, now there's that, the other book, Handmaiden's Tale. Now that one is getting Another raid by the woke crowd for some reason. And they like to dress up into that. Then again, the woke crowd is a cult. It's a religion. They cannot accept dissension. Anyway, more than 100 people were credited in making the original version of Oblivion, and many more for the remaster. I'm surprised, actually. As it states here, it's a credit for that lasts 24 minutes. Is that in Oblivion, the engine was basically called Creation Engine, which was Gamebryo engine. And back then, it wasn't that common either. They had more custom engines, etc. It would take a far longer time and more people working on it. But even then, Gamebryo engine, or Creation Engine in this case, wasn't easy. And they took, what, 100 people. Today they have Unreal Engine 5, which is basically a mess on computers right now. And you required many more just to make it? Shouldn't Unreal Engine make, well, you know, making games easier? As in, less costly, and somehow it's costing more and taking more people? Maybe they should take a page out of Expedition 33. It didn't take that much, or that many people, to make a game. So basically what we see here is that Oblivion Remastered may not be as profitable as soon as the original Oblivion was. Because by the looks of it, it seems to have costed way, way more. Not even accounting for inflation, actually. So, in that regard, have a cheery bye.